महागणपते नमोस्तुते महागणपते नमोस्तुते मातंगवदना नमोस्तुते मातंगवदना नमोस्तुते महागणपते नमोस्तुते आदिपूजित गणनाथ आदिपूजित गणनाथ आनंददायक गणनाथ आनंददायक गणनाथ प्रथम वंदना प्रणवोंकार प्रथम वंदना प्रणवोंकार विघ्नेश्वरा विनायका विघ्नेश्वरा विनायका महागणपते नमोस्तुते.
Thank you, Mr. Manjunath. Now I would like to call upon our beloved principal, Dr. S. K. Dinesh, to welcome the others gathering.
At the outset, I would like to submit my reverential pranams to His Holiness Dr. Sri Shivkumara Mahaswamiji, Founder President, Siddaganga Education Society, and to Sri Siddaganga Mahaswamiji, our revered President, Siddaganga Education Society, and seek their blessings to begin this function. Chief guest of today's function, respected Sri Satish Reddy ji, respected Sri Mittal ji, dignitaries on the dais, distinguished invitees, faculty members and student innovators from various institutes of Karnataka and neighboring states, deans, heads of departments, faculty and staff members, my dear students, good evening and hearty greetings. Government of India has taken several initiatives and policy measures for promoting the culture of innovation and entrepreneurship in the country with an objective to increase the number of entrepreneurs and to create jobs and to drive the knowledge economy. In this connection, government is engaging with academia, industries, investors, entrepreneurs, NGOs in a big way. As a result of these efforts, we have Startup India, Make in India, Stand Up India, AIM, Atal Innovation Mission, Digital India and many such schemes, and there are positive vibes in the country in the innovation ecosystem leading to record number of startups in India in the recent years. To understand the importance of innovation, I would like to mention the tech giant Google assigns a special hour or a day in each of their offices for people to experiment, innovate internally. So that's why Google is right on the top. Of course, 95% of the startups fail within their first year due to lack of new ideas. So clearly, every startup needs to make innovation a part of their DNA. The culture of innovation needs to be sown at an early age. Innovators should be encouraged to experiment without worrying about failure, which is very, very important. Sir, in order to support the Government of India's mission, our benign management has established Siddaganga Technology Business Incubator with the vision to foster innovation and entrepreneurship in this region by spending about ₹6 crores. The objective is to nurture aspiring entrepreneurs, providing them with a conducive ecosystem and equipping them with necessary resources to convert their ideas into successful ventures. Sir, we have 10,000 square feet of state-of-the-art fully furnished area available for startups, which you have seen just now, and another 10,000 square feet of area is kept ready for future use above that floor. We also received Nidhi ITBI grant of ₹5 crore to support agri-tech startups in this center. In the next 3 years, we will be supporting more than 30 startups in the agri-tech. Of course, STBI, that is Siddaganga Technology Business Incubator, is a new milestone in the history of SIT. We have assembled here today for inaugural function of Siddaganga Technology Business Incubator. We submitted our request to our Revered President, His Holiness, for his divine presence and for the inauguration of STBI and for benediction. Swamiji is a very busy personality, attending public functions and religious activities. He has the responsibility of running Siddaganga Gurukula. In the Gurukula, 10,000 poor children belonging to all castes and communities are looked after. They are provided with education, shelter, everything. And he also has to look after the administration of 125 educational institutions. In spite of his busy schedule, Swamiji is kind enough to consent to our request and is present in this occasion. I extend a reverential welcome to His Holiness. For the inauguration of STBI, we requested respected Dr. Satish Reddy ji, former chairman, DRDO and scientific advisor to Raksha Mantri, Government of India, through our well-wisher Sri Subhas Gopinath. It is during Reddy ji's time tenure that DRDO got a new direction, and he was instrumental in ensuring many technologies and products were developed, particularly during pandemic. We'll have a detailed induction about Dr. Reddy little later. So he is conferred with the prestigious honorary fellowship and silver medal by Royal Aeronautical Society in London, which is a history. In spite of his busy schedule, he is kind enough to accept our request. It gives me great pleasure to extend hearty welcome to esteemed chief guest, respected Dr. Satish Reddy ji. We also invited respected Sri H.K. Mittal ji, Chairman Startup India Seed Fund Scheme and former head National Science and Technology Entrepreneurship Development Board, Government of India, through again our well-wisher Sri Subhas Gopinath. It is well known that the credit for the success of promotion of innovation and entrepreneurship among Indian entrepreneurs goes to him. He is instrumental in involving private sector in promotion of innovation and entrepreneurship in India, and thereby technology commercialization knowledge was brought to India. I extend very hearty welcome to respected Sri Mittal ji. We have Sri Subhas Gopinath, well-wisher of SIT and devotee of Sri Siddaganga Mutt. We all know he is the founder, CEO and chairman of Global Inc., a multinational IT company. He holds the record of becoming CEO at the age of 17 and he started the company at the age of 14. Big round of applause to him. He takes keen interest in the developmental activities of SIT. I extend warm welcome to Subhas ji. I also extend hearty welcome to our respected Director, Professor M. Chengasapar, to this function. I also extend hearty welcome to our respected CEO, Professor Shivkumaraya, and request him to preside over this function. It gives me great pleasure to welcome our Governing Council member, Dr. U. Chandrasekhar. He is mentoring our faculty and students in teaching, research and TBI activities. He is also guiding us in the development activities of society. He has planned and will be leading the panel discussion and the 2 workshops as part of this event. Hearty welcome to you, sir. I extend hearty welcome to our faculty coordinator of TBI, Lohe. We have invited distinguished guests from academia and industry for this function and also for the panel discussion on evolving higher educational models of India with focus on innovation, research and global recognition. In this connection, I extend a hearty welcome to Dr. Shankar Venugopal, Vice President, Mahindra and Mahindra. I extend a hearty welcome to Professor Manoj K. Arora, Vice Chancellor, SRM University. I extend a hearty welcome to Professor Kuldeep Rana, Vice Chancellor, MS Ramaya University of Applied Sciences. I extend a hearty welcome to Professor Abhay Chebi, Pro Vice Chancellor, Alliance University, Bangalore. I extend a hearty welcome to Dr. Jagadish Hiraman, Founder, Asara Hospitals. I extend a hearty welcome to Sri Nitin, CEO, Cambridge Group of Institutions. I extend a hearty welcome to Professor Shiva Pyramid Sampath, Dean Sponsor Research Presidency. I extend a hearty welcome to CM Patil, CEO, Krushi Kalpa. I extend a hearty welcome to Sri Johnson Tellis, Immunity. I extend a hearty welcome to Priyankana, Chief Manager and Head, Wellness IKP Eden. I extend a hearty welcome to Sri Sridharan, AVP Hitachi Global Logistics. I extend a hearty welcome to Sri Shushankar, CEO of HSC Mysore. I extend a hearty welcome to Dr. Shashidhar, University of Agricultural Sciences, Shivamoga. I extend a hearty welcome to Dr. Divyananda, our well-wisher of SIT. Hearty welcome to you, sir. I extend hearty welcome to Anand Prasad, CEO, Jyoti Institute. I extend hearty welcome to Dr. Parmesh, Managing Director, Siddaganga Medical College and Research Center. I extend hearty welcome to Naya Ahmed, CEO, Jain Incubator. It's a matter of privilege to extend hearty welcome to members of the Governing Council and Academic Council. Hearty welcome to faculty members and student innovators from various colleges and TBIs. I extend hearty welcome to beloved members of the faculty, staff and students of our institute. After this inaugural function, there is a panel discussion on the evolving higher educational models of India with focus on innovation, research and global recognition between 5 to 6 p.m. today. And immediately after this panel discussion, we have planned another workshop called Innovation Workshop, where successful entrepreneurs will be presenting their experiences to the faculty members and student innovators from SIT and other institutions from various parts of Karnataka and neighboring states. In addition to this, as part of this event, tomorrow morning, we have planned a master workshop for students, innovators, where topics such as sustainable models of innovation in Tier 1 and Tier 2 locations, inspiring students towards global internships, massive certification and global recognitions for Indian students are planned. That is on 18th July between 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Before I close, there is a big announcement from SIT. We will be organizing a conclave on higher education quality and accreditation in collaboration with National Board of Accreditation and other engineering colleges in Karnataka in the month of September 2023. I request all the dignitaries and invitees to participate in the conclave and make it a big success. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. I also extendly welcome our beloved principal, Dr. S.C. Dinesh, for this wonderful event. Thank you, sir. Our journey of entrepreneurship started way back in 2008 with the establishment of ED Cell to create awareness about entrepreneurship where we did around 50 DST-sponsored entrepreneurship awareness camps. So state government supported initiative like New Age Incubation Network started in 2015, followed by the establishment of MSME Business Incubator in 2018. After that, we got into full incubation mode in November 2019 with the investment of 1.8 crore for our 10,000 square feet area, which you all just now witnessed, which is having 106 seated capacity with a fully furnished state-of-the-art infrastructure. Currently, there are 14 startups in operations which have been started by student, alumni, faculty, and public. And recent update, as our principal said, we got 5 crore funding for our TBI under DST grant. So now, this TBI is especially meant for supporting these startups. With this background, now I request Dr. U. Chandrasekhar, CEO, GMSI, and member Governing Board SIP to address about the context for Siddaganga TBI and initiatives. And Dr. U. Chandrasekhar is a defense scientist, gold medal winner from Abdul Kalam for his innovation research, who is very instrumental in designing this program.
Good afternoon to all of you. When we want to do something good and great, there is a saying that entire world conspires to make it happen. So when an event of this impeccable dimension is happening, I really feel the invisible and effervescent presence of His Holiness Dr. Sri Sri Sivakumara Swamigalu. I think this tectonic shift in the innovation context of Siddaganga Institute of Technology is happening because of his divine blessings. Pranams to Sri Sri Siddaganga Swamigalu. The moment we step into SIT campus, we can see, we can feel there are palpable blessings from him. Pranams to you, sir. The most respected, a great scientist, a great motivator, a phenomenon of excellence, Dr. G. Satish Reddy sir, for gracing this occasion. Your presence really means a lot to all the people who have assembled here. Mr. Suhas Gopinath mentioned about Sri Mittalji as the father of innovation in the country. It's not an exaggeration if I say that you step into any technology business incubator, any Atal Innovation Center, any NSTDB New Generation Innovation Center, any DSI hub, the name of Sri Mittalji is synonymous with catalytic promotion of entrepreneurial activity. Your presence really means a lot to all of us, sir. Mr. Suhas Gopinath, CEO Global Incorporation. It sounds very big. Actually, my son was his classmate in MSL. So I have seen him, I have heard him multiple times on TV. This is the first time I am meeting Mr. Suhas. Actually, his appearance is very deceptive. He is in the policy making bodies of the world's best fora, connected with the policy, connected with innovation, and from the likes of World Economic Fora to the National Innovation Policy, Mr. Suhas Gopinath is an inescapable organic instrument for the country's betterment. Thank you very much for your presence. Dr. Shivakumaraya sir, the CEO, Professor Dinesh. Actually, I troubled them day and night, sometimes up to 11 o'clock, sometimes up to 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the night with the messages. They are there whenever we conceive, whenever we conceptualize an event. Thank you for all your presence and the support. Dr. Lohit, who should have really cursed me many times because I didn't make him sleep for past 20 days with the concept of this particular program. I really mean this program owes a lot to Dr. C.P. Lohit. I just want to say the enormity of today's situation and the magnitude of the cumulative expertise of the people who are assembled today in this platform is unimaginable. I still remember in the 2019, when I came for an interaction with the students of SIT Tumakuru, one of the third or fourth year mechanical engineering students asked me, "Sir, how is it possible to hit a satellite which is moving at an altitude of 280 kilometers at a speed of humongous speed of 7 kilometers per second with a killer vehicle, with an anti-ballistic missile, which is projected or which is operated from the ground within a spatial accuracy of plus or minus 10 centimeters. Can you imagine? This was the mission Shakti, and Dr. Satish Reddy was the brain behind that particular great mission. I actually did not understand, sir, how did you make it happen? I could not explain to the students the concept of mission Shakti. But I am sure each of the students who met you today will feel inspired with your presence, and I am very sure that many of them will think about missiles, many of them think about combat aircraft with a phenomena to connect with, having met you for a few minutes today. The country is synonymous with a lot of initiatives in the world of higher education. There are many good institutions in the country which have got pedagogical practices in the right mode. They know how to teach. They know how to cover the syllabus in stipulated framework of the university. But what country is looking up to is elevation to the level of outstanding institutions which can contribute to the betterment of society in an inclusive manner. It means you need to do research which is translatable. It means you should be connected with the ethos of the system of which you are a part. It means you need to create leaders of the tomorrow who can be very innovative in the practices. And it also means that you cannot be very happy comparing yourself with the system of Tumakuru or Karnataka or Bangalore or Delhi. You need to actually look at the best of the best in the country and think about reaching the crème de la crème. And this is only possible when you think big. You can start small, but you need to think big. I just want to give the inspirational presence of some of the fantastic people who have assembled here to give you the context and importance of the Siddaganga Incubation Center, which is going to operate on the topics of agricultural innovation and food processing. There is a person called Dr. Ashok Verma from President's University. 48 hours ago, I happened to meet him along with the Consular General of Taiwan, and he was very, very sheepish in mentioning that he has sent 140 students from Bangalore with 100% scholarship to best of the best universities with 100% scholarship. You imagine what kind of impact will be possible if these people come back and solve the system of which you are part. Similarly, you have got a very young dynamic leader in Johnson Tellis who works in Bangalore in a Sahyadri Incubation Center. Johnson, you can get up. This man works in tier 1, tier 2 locations, trying to inspire the students to think beyond the jobs of the IT companies and to make something which is going to be beneficial in terms of innovative connectivity with the ecosystem. Could be food processing, could be biotechnology, could be something with which you can plug your half-liter milk packet and get the milk out without creating a waste called microplastic. So this is a kind of power you have. Similarly, there is a person called Sridharan from Shastra University. I'm sure he's there in one of the corners. He was the CEO of the Shastra Incubation Center. Currently, he works for Hitachi Global Logic, multinational company. And what did he manage to do? He made actually 2,000 students from Tanjavur to connect with the Googles of the world, Meta of the world, and make sure that they get competitive enough to get into the global operations while they are part of the local ecosystem called Tanjavur Shastra University. See, the fantastic models of this kind, when they come to the forefront, there is only one thing which is going to be reinforced, which is going to be accentuated. That is, routine activities will be passé. Only the people who are going to lead the pack through entrepreneurial spirit, through innovative practices, are going to lead us to the $1 trillion economy which country is desirous of achieving. I just want to conclude my small talk by saying that Siddaganga Institute of Technology is synonymous with value addition, with ethics, with ethos that reflect so many good things in the world. But what is very important and what is extremely transformative in the recent times is they have been laying emphatic focus on innovative practices wherein students are coming up to them, creating agricultural drones, creating IoT-enabled products for different socio-economically relevant things, and the presence of so many vice chancellors, the directors, so many TBI CEOs goes only on to prove that Siddaganga Institute of Technology is not only a force to reckon with in the world of academics, but it is becoming a force to reckon with in the world of incubation. The famous statement from the inspiring personality, son of the soil, Dr. Kalam is, Dr. Good quality thinking, good quality learning leads to good quality thinking leads to knowledge, and knowledge makes you powerful, I genuinely feel that gatherings of this kind in the presence of celebrated sons of the soil will inspire many students who are assembled in this particular hall towards great achievements in the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your wonderful insight which you have pondered upon all of us in terms of incubation research and other activities that you are doing. So now time to trigger the spirit of innovation through Siddaganga TBI. We are now inaugurating our STBI by lighting the lamp. Request His Holiness Dr. G. Satish Reddy, former Chairman DRDO, Sri H.K. Mittal, Chairman Startup India Seed Fund Scheme, Sri Subhas Gopinath, and other distinguished guests to light the lamp.
शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धि विनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपो हरतु मे पापम् सन्ध्यादीपनमोऽस्तुते ओ दीपब्रह्मरूपस्त्वम् ज्योतिषां प्रभुरव्ययः ओ दीपब्रह्मरूपस्त्वम् ज्योतिषां प्रभुरव्ययः आरोग्यं देहि पुत्रांश्च मतिं स्वच्छां हि मे सदा रवेरस्तं समारभ्य यावत् सूर्योदयो भवेत् रवेरस्तं समारभ्य यावत् सूर्योदयो भवेत् यस्य तिष्ठे गृहे दीपः तस्य नास्ति दरिद्रता शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धि विनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते.
Raise the curtain raiser by this. I request His Holiness Dr. G. Satish Reddy sir and also Sri H.K. Mittal sir. Thank you, sir, for formal inauguration of our Siddaganga TBI. So now introduction of today's chief guest, Dr. G. Satish Reddy, former Chairman DRDO and Scientific Advisor to Raksha Mantri, Ministry of Defence, Government of India. He is popularly known to be the first Indian defence scientist. So request Dr. Sumati, Professor of CSE, to introduce our today's chief guest.
At the outset, I offer my most reverential pronounce at the lotus feet of His Holiness, Sri Siddaganga Swamiguru, Reverend President, Sri Siddaganga Education Society. Respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, good afternoon one and all. It's my great pleasure to introduce today's distinguished chief guest, Dr. Satish Reddy, Scientific Advisor to Raksha Mantri, Ministry of Defence, Government of India. Dr. Satish Reddy, a renowned defence and aerospace scientist, acclaimed for his significant contributions to defence R&D and technology leadership spanning several decades. He graduated in Electronics and Communication Engineering from JNTU Anantapur and holds MS degree and PhD in Electronics and Communication Engineering from JNTU Hyderabad. He joined DRDO at Institute of Armament Technology, Pune in 1985 and subsequently at Defence Research and Development Laboratory, Hyderabad. He started his journey as a young navigation engineer and later as technology director, developing many inertial sensors and diversified hybrid navigation systems, making India self-reliant in navigation technologies. As project director, he developed India's first guided bomb, paving way for indigenous development of long-range smart precision weapons. Dr. Reddy spearheaded the development of advanced avionics as director, headed Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Missile Complex as Director General Missiles and Strategic Systems. During his illustrious career, he held many prestigious appointments in Government of India as the Secretary to the Defence of R&D, Chairman for Defence Research and Development Organization, Director General for Aeronautical Development Agency, the Scientific Advisor to Raksha Mantri. He led the development of advanced missiles, strategic systems, fighter aircraft, unmanned aerial defense systems, underwater systems, radars, armed vehicles, armaments, and other futuristic technologies. Dr. Reddy is the chief architect of the country's first anti-satellite missile test, that is Mission Shakti, elevating India to the club of 4 nations. His notable contributions towards the development of hypersonic cruise demonstration vehicle, advanced towed artillery gun systems, supersonic cruise missile, quantum key distribution technology, RF seekers, drone and anti-drone systems, software-defined radios, among many others, have been transformative for enhancing the defense capabilities of India. A visionary, Dr. Reddy was instrumental in the formulation of many progressive policies, strategies, and initiatives for strengthening the defense R&D ecosystem in India. He established state-of-the-art technical infrastructure, DRDO, Industry Academia Centers of Excellence, and scientist laboratories, and facilitated participation of private industry, MSMEs, startups, and academia in a big way. His phenomenal contributions made India self-reliant in many critical areas, including missiles, radars, sonars, electronic warfare systems, armed vehicles, guns, aircraft, and enhanced defense exports as substantial. Dr. Reddy played a vital role in combating COVID-19 pandemic. Under his leadership, DRDO developed more than 75 products, including high-end ventilators, large oxygen plants, anti-COVID drug 2DG, personal protective equipment, transferred the technology to over 100 industries, and built many COVID hospitals across the country. In recognition of his path-breaking contributions to defense R&D, he has received numerous international, national, and DRDO awards. He is the first Indian in over 100 years to be conferred with prestigious honorary fellowship and silver medal by the Royal Aeronautical Society London, an internationally renowned scientific society founded in 1866. He is the first recipient outside the USA in over 4 decades to be honored with the prestigious Missile Systems Award by American Institute of Aeronautics and Astronautics, world's largest aerospace technical society. For his sustained R&D contribution, he has been honored and inducted as Honorary Fellow, Honorary Member, Foreign Member, and professional and academic institutions that are spread across India and abroad. He has been conferred with 25 honorary degrees of doctorate from the reputed institutes. So with this brief introduction, once again I welcome you to our esteemed institution, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam. So now I request Dr. G. Satish Reddy to give the inaugural speech.
Namaskar. At the outset, my Manakpur pranam to Sri Shivkumar Swamiji, Pranam to Siddaganga Swamiji. Then the dignitaries of the dais, Sri H.K. Mittalji, Sri Suhas Gopinath, Sri Dineshji, Sri Shiv Kumaraya, many eminent personalities who are present in the audience, the Vice Chancellor of Ramayana Institute, Sri Ranaji, Vice Chancellor, SRM University, Directors of CMTI and Mahindra Research Center, Cambridge Center, many people from the Aeronautical Society, my friends who have come here, and many others who are present here, and most importantly, the students of this institute here who are getting educated from this institute. Once again, namaskar to everyone and very good afternoon. At the outset, let me thank Suhas Gopinath for giving me this opportunity by introducing me to SIT, that Siddaganga Institute of Technology, so that I am able to come here, meet Swamiji, see the campus and interact with the students here and also many eminent personalities who have come from various places. Also, it is an opportunity for me to inaugurate this incubation center here at this institute, which is one of the very old institutes started in 1960s and getting an incubator today, making the students here in this institute come out with many innovations and state-of-the-art products. Friends, today the country is in a very evolutionary phase. The country is changing itself to become a great nation as fast as possible. I am using this word particularly. I have been there almost close to about 4 decades in the research and development of various technologies and systems. But the way the things are happening in the last about 7 to 8 years, the pace at which they are happening is very, very fast. The graph, the slope what is there, it started exponentially growing. Things are happening very quick. Lots of changes are happening. To say this, particularly if you look at the number of IITs which have come in the country, the number of ISAs which have come in the country, the way the youth is responding here, the way our own people, learn people who are getting, who are done PhDs, postdocs outside this country, who are coming back here and joining as a faculty in most of these institutes like IITs, ISAs, and also joining maybe R&D organizations. You see every day, almost every day there are some 10 professors from US, Germany, France, Indian origin people who are here saying that we are ready to work with you and all that. And the way the students are responding today, if you look at about 10 years back, more than 75 to 85% of the students coming from our premier institutes, IITs, they used to go abroad and continue there and do higher education work there. Today the statistics are that 75% of the students who are coming from our IITs are staying back here in the country. That is a sea change what has happened. A lot of changes like this. Actually, the students mostly 10 years back, they were all looking towards IT, information technology and computer science and all. Now the students are working in multiple areas, many scientific and technological areas which we cannot imagine. I can say in the Bangalore itself, there are many startups and industries which have come up, which are working on core technologies. Like example, at least in Bangalore, there are 4 startups which are working on quantum technologies today. Quantum communication, quantum memory, quantum random number generators, and quantum computing. These are all the areas we are working. There are at least about 3 to 4 companies in Bangalore who are working on propulsion technologies, which are required for the satellites, which are required for the launch vehicles. They are working on electric propulsion, they are working on green propulsion. Youngsters, I am talking about the age of 25, 24, 26, 27 years, people who are working on the whole technology, working on materials technologies, advanced materials, smart materials. This is the thing which 10 years back you can never imagine. The material scientist students in a engineering college, particularly when I went to one of the NITs, There were 40 students in that metallurgy department, 36 have joined information technology. Material science, material students, metallurgy students. That was the scenario, whereas now the students are working on metallurgy, materials, propulsion. These are the technologies what they are working. So that is the sea change. Similarly, academic institutes, if you look at in the country, definitely when we studied, we never thought of any incubation. You don't know the word itself, incubation. And today, every academic institute has got an incubation lab and innovation center. Everyone, you go anywhere. And every academic institute has R&D projects. They go to DRDO, they go to ISRO, they go to Atomic Energy, CSIR, DST, whoever it is. There are all lots of professors who are working on the various research problems. And then there are students who are working there, research associates who are working there. I can tell you about DRDO. DRDO today there are more than 400 academic institutes who are working with the DRDO. There are at least about 3,000 research associates working in these academic institutes for defense related problems. And there is about 1150 crores worth of projects which are running in the academic institutes. That is the type of a research which is happening in the academic institutes and the incubation centers which are coming. And now with the incubation centers coming up and the promotion activities happening, the way the government has given the opportunities for the people to come up, the number of startups started increasing. Actually this word startup we never heard of. Startup, setup and all those things, we don't know anything at all. This word came up, and if I am right, Metalji will correct me if my numbers are wrong. In 2016, there were about 463 startups in this country. And today, Honorable Prime Minister about 3 months back has declared we have touched 1 lakh startups. 1 lakh startups in this country. And when I say startups, 80% of the startups are by youngsters. So earlier days, anyone want to have a company or industry, people used to be worried. Why? Because first of all, industry means you need a land, you need a building, then you need an office, and then you need the equipment, and you need to work on that. Even though you have got an idea, you have got a brain, and you have got a set of things which you can do. So it was not allowing the people to go ahead and have an industry because you need to do so much of investment and it becomes risk. Today nothing. There is an incubation center in Siddaganga Institute of Technology. You walk in with your idea, papers, everything is available, office available, chair available, equipment available. You go, sit there, design there, come out with a prototype. Then somebody comes saying that is a fantastic prototype, how much investment you want or how much it is want, or government gives funding or private investors give funding, or other some places orders for these numbers and all that. So that is why students are becoming today entrepreneurs like anything, very fast. And in fact, there is a mindset change in the country. Mindset change. What I am trying to say is, earlier, any one of our age group or mine, even elderly people, they always used to look DRDO, VHCL, Bell or HAL, what unit they want. You tell me, I'll put a factory and I keep on supplying it to you. So I want to be actually locked on to him. And he says, and I am a slave to him. He gives an order, I keep on making and giving it to him. This is called something ancillary unit is what the concept what you have. Now you see the youngsters, he doesn't think of what HL wants. He thinks what he wants to do, and HL buys it or somebody else buys it or some foreign country buys it. So the ideas are globally competitive ideas. Globally competitive. It is not anymore in Bangalore I want HL or ECL or India or Army or some railways or something. I am coming out with a product which world comes and buys to me. This is the mindset change. So, in few years from now, most of the products which come from India will be globally competitive products, and India is going to be a globally competitive country and a globally technologically leading country in the world. That is what is the mindset change what has come in the country today. And you are seeing, there are so many things happening in the country. I will only just touch upon 3-4 of defense related things. And of course you are seeing this Chandrayaan, what is launched other day, and after 40 days it is going to be landing on the moon and all that is one thing. If you look at, I think our Chandrasekhar ji mentioned sometime back, we have done an anti-satellite test. We have knocked off a satellite which is in low Earth orbit at about 300 kilometers with an accuracy of about 4 centimeters accuracy. by having minimum debris. India is the fourth country which has done such an exercise after Russia, America and China. India is the only country. No one has done this, and with such an accuracy and seeing that the space is clean, no debris. This is a responsible nation what has done such an exercise. Ballistic missile defense. If enemy launches a missile against us, you can knock off that missile in the mid-air at an altitude of 100 or 200 kilometers. India is the fifth country in the world who have successfully conducted such tests and proven that we can neutralize ballistic missiles with aircraft. Then, you must have seen in the last 15th of August at Red Fort, just before the Prime Minister speaking, there was ceremonial guns fired. And that gun was indigenously made gun here in this country. Before that, never we had a gun which is made in this country. Now this gun, what is made and what is fired that day, which actually Prime Minister very happily which announced is the 75 साल के बाद आज आवाज सुनाया है, ये देश में बनाया का गन का आज लाल किला से सुनाया बोल के बोले थे. That gun is the world's longest range gun. No other gun in the world has got a range of that gun what this country has made today. And this gun, now various countries in the world are asking us about today. Similarly, submarines, to stay in the water for more than about 14 or 15 days, there is something called a very specific propulsion technology called air independent propulsion is required. That is a very specific technology which Germany has done. India is the second country which has successfully made it and incorporated the Scorpion submarines today. India is the second country. No one else has got. So these are all showing that what is the type of capabilities country is coming up, country is developing and we are growing. And we have made our own light combat aircraft in Bangalore. You see, Indian Air Force has given 123 numbers of orders of NCA, 123 numbers, and out of that 83 at one go, single largest ever order which is given to our own aircraft which we have made here in the country. And now the ADA is going to say Mark II, it is going to ANTA, we are going to TED-DF and many other aircraft we are going to make. 5th generation fighter aircraft we are going to make in the country, making the country a leader in this aircraft. So this is the sea change which has happened. If you look at Honorable Prime Minister, once he has assumed office in 2014 and since then, he has given clarion calls which have been evolutionary one after that. The first call he gave, because we have been importing a lot of things that time, he gave Make in India. Make everything here in India, just at least even manufactured here in the country with a collaboration or anything. So a lot of companies started coming here and then started collaborating, making here. More than as the foreigners say, make in India is the one what the foreigners say now today. The moment that has gained momentum, a lot of manufacturing started coming in the country, he gave another call which is Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-reliant India, that you should be very self-reliant, you should have the capability of design, development, manufacturing and production in a volume is what you should have, or you should have the know-how and know-why, the complete knowledge about the system should be available with you, and you should not be dependent on anybody, is what Atmanirbhar Bharat, which actually what we are seeing. That is what I am saying, that most of the technologies which are coming in the country, most of the youngsters who are coming out in the technology, saying that we are Atmanirbhar Bharat. Now after this, seeing this type of a sporting activity, the next call which is the, I say mostly the ultimate call is that make for the world. That means transform India from a leading importer to a leading exporter. The country should become exporting every equipment to the world, the entire world, every country should have Indian equipment, most advanced technology equipment is the call what is given by him. That is one what calls advanced technology should be developed, the science and technology should be coming up in a big way. And that's how the government of India is coming out with missions after missions, big missions, quantum mission, deep water mission, materials, manufacturing, so many things which are coming up today to put this country in the most advanced technological nation where the country can supply. See, friends, one thing is that the world looks towards India in a completely different way. India is a peaceful country, India are the peace-loving people, they are loving people, and they make good things, they make at a lower price, and they are not there to loot anyone, is the picture what is there. That is why the systems what we have made today, various missiles, various radar, various guns and all that, entire world is coming. The way the enquiries are coming today, so many countries. Now, last year, 2020 to 23, the exports of the defense equipment have crossed 16,000 crores from this country, exports already, and they are increasing continuously. So this change is happening. So now what is required is youngsters, particularly youngsters, utilize the opportunities of these incubation centers, these research projects which are happening, come out with the first of its kind technologies and products in the world. Nobody else should see. Nobody else should have made that. Very soon this new thing has come. It has come from India. This should be the thought process which should go in the world. And we should be coming out with many more innovations, many more research outcomes, many more technological outcomes, many more scientific outcomes. And that is what will make the country prosperous, proud, and make the country's flag on the top of the world. And I am sure that Siddaganga Institute of Technology and the Incubation Center will play a critical role and a major role in this endeavor and making the country proud. My best wishes to you. Jai Hind, Namaskar.
Thank you, sir, for your insights into the innovations in the defense and security. Now, felicitation by His Holiness to Dr. Sudhi Satish Reddy. Viji. Thank you, sir. So we have with us today the guest of honor, Sri H.K. Mittal, former head Dynasty TBI and chairman, Startup India Seed Fund Scheme, Government of India. He is very keen to convert paper publishing students and professors into entrepreneurs who are the real backbone of developing country like India. So now I request Dr. H.S. Jayanda, Dean Academist, to give the introduction of our Sri H.K. Mittal.
Pleasant good evening to one and all present here. It gives me an immense pleasure to stand before you to introduce an eminent personality, Sri Arkesh Kumar Mittal sir. Sir is an alumnus of the National Dairy Research Institute and the Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad. Sri Mittal has been instrumental in giving a new vibrancy to promoting innovation, startups, and entrepreneurial acumen among a wide section of Indian entrepreneurs, ranging from simple grassroot industry to high-end deep technology entrepreneurs for nearly 4 decades. He was responsible for the conceptualization and implementation of many innovation and entrepreneurship programs, including a flagship program on innovation titled National Initiative for Developing and Organizing Innovations. He continues to be a key figure in the promotion of innovations and startups in India, and his services are used by many governments in evaluating and evaluating programs on innovation and entrepreneurship. He has also represented India at various international forums on innovation and entrepreneurship. Sri Mittal has been instrumental in involving the private sector, both national and international, in the task of innovation and entrepreneurship development in India. He engaged with organizations like Intel, Lockheed Martin, Texas Instruments, Boeing, P&G, the Economic Times, Tata Trust, etc., bringing world-class innovation and technology commercialization knowledge to India and raising matching financial contribution from these organizations for various public-private programs. He is currently the chairman of Startup India Seed Fund Committee of DPIIT, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, He has also worked with international development organizations like UNDP, World Bank, UNIDO for promotion of MSMEs. He serves on the boards of several institutions and industries. In 2017, he was conferred the Best Mentor Award with the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Government of India. Sri Mittal has this rare experience of understanding the government system and at the same time engaging the private sector into the agenda of national building. With this brief introduction, sir, I welcome you once again to this function. Thank you, Anand.
Thank you, sir. Now I call Sri H.K. Mittal to give the keynote address.
Let me begin by seeking the blessings of His Holiness the Swamiji. I am honored to be sharing this dais with Dr. Satish Reddy, an eminent scientist and science administrator of this country, which has brought many scientific innovations to actual use. Respected Dr. Shiv Kumaraya, CEO of CIT, thank you for giving me this opportunity for visiting your esteemed institution. My dear, I would love to call him as friend, although the age difference is several decades, but still, if you have young friends, you tend to be young yourself. My dear friend Suhas Gopinath, respected Principal Dr. S.V. Dinesh, Dr. U. Chandrasekhar, I very fondly remember him. He was making once a presentation to the DST committee. The value of the project was quite high, it was about 20 crores. And the committee members actually asked him a very tricky question. And Subhas is a part of that committee. I was also at that point of time, I was also a part. So I thought, boss, he cannot answer that. But he had that sharp presence of mind. He answered that institution won the project. All the eminent guests, faculty, startups, ladies and gentlemen. SIT is celebrating its 60th birthday or 60th year of existence in this year. My compliments to the institution, and it has done really remarkable work. Today, the Technology Business Incubator has been launched, and it is yet another feather in the cap of SIT. The feather of SIT, the cap of SIT is already full with feathers, but this is yet another feather in its cap. I'll give you 3 stories if the time permits, otherwise 2 stories. I'll begin with my own story. I always wanted to be an entrepreneur myself. With a surname like Mittal, what else I could have thought? So I always wanted to be an entrepreneur myself. My loan was sanctioned, my industrial shed was allocated. I was to graduate out of IIM Ahmedabad and go and start my enterprise. One of my professors, Professor Anil Gupta, he called me one day. He said, Rakesh, you want to start your own enterprise, and there is this new institute which has come up, Entrepreneurship Development Institute of India, and they are organizing a program as to how to start your own business. So why don't you go and attend that program? Well, friends, as a very obedient student, I went and attended that program, participated in that program. That was the end of my entrepreneurial dreams. How I was very impressed. One of the faculty members of EDI, one Dr. H.C. Rawal, he seemed to know everything about small scale industry. He had complete knowledge. I thought, boss, if I work with him for 2-3 years, I will get all the knowledge and then nobody will be able to beat me in entrepreneurship. Well, I approached them for coming to IMA for placement. They agreed. I joined EDI, worked with EDI for 2 years. Since that day, I have been preaching entrepreneurship, but I have never become one. I would have sold this idea to, if not lakhs, thousands of people, youngsters, who actually believe that this is a better career. But I myself never went to it. Okay. Moral of the story is, knowledge is important, but action is more important. If there is one learning that you want to take home from my talk today, is that knowledge is important, but action is more important. So please act. Please act. That's my first message. And that's the last story about me. Now I will talk to you about stories of youngsters. I will not talk about the horse stories, because it will be better to hear it from the horse's mouth. No, none of my speech gets complete without talking about Suhas' story, but today I will skip it. I'll talk about another story about an innovator from Bangalore. We heard about missiles, bombs, we heard. Let's talk about flowers. For a change, let's talk about flowers. So this fellow created artificial flowers made out of paper, which looked like real flowers, smelled like real flowers. There is a nanotech based fragrance which he coated on those flowers, and the fragrance would last about 3 to 4 years. And he coated the paper with a hygroscopic enzyme by which the paper will absorb moisture from the air, and the petal would feel wet and cold as you are touching the natural flower. So he created these artificial flowers. We had a partnership with Intel at that time, and there was a global competition which was happening in California. No, it was happening in Berkeley. And we were selecting entrepreneurs from India. So Suhas Innovation was selected as the top innovation in India. And he was sent to UC Berkeley for the global competition. And when he landed at San Francisco airport, he was holding this bunch of these flowers on his arm, because he couldn't have packed it, they would have got crumpled. So he was passing through the customs and quarantine, then suddenly the custom officer shouts at this fellow, "Hey young man, come here, where are you going?" So he said, "Well, I have this is my visa, this is my invitation letter, this is..." So he was showing all that. He said, "I'm not talking about anything else, your paper may be alright, but don't you know that you cannot carry natural flowers inside the US? Or any agriculture produce or animal product you cannot carry in US. So he said, "But these are artificial flowers." He said, "Come on man, I can see that they are looking like real flowers. I can feel that they are touching like real flowers. And of course they are smelling like real flowers." So he said, "No, these are artificial." And he kept on arguing with the quarantine officer. He would have none of it. So ultimately, 2 hours passed. Ultimately, they called the botanist. The botanist gave a certificate that these are artificial flowers. So everybody in the customs and the quarantine was very happy. They posed for a photograph in front of that bank customs, US customs and quarantine. The officers and Subramani, they they posed for that photograph. So then he was let go with the flowers. In the evening, he went to a florist to pick up a similar looking flower so that he could confuse the jury the next day. It was almost closing time of the shop. He was taking more time because he was trying to pick up a similar flower. The florist got irritated. He said, "Come on man, you want one flower and you have already taken 20 minutes. So come and pick up a flower and leave." So he said, "See, this is the artificial flower. I am trying to match this with the real flower." So the florist was experienced enough. He just turned it around, and the next question to Subramanian was, "How many of these flowers are you carrying?" He said, "About 15, 20, at the most 30. He said, "No, I want 10,000 of these flowers. Tell me the price." So he said, $10 a piece. So he wrote a check of $100,000 and gave it to Subramanian. Subramanian said, "I'll supply this once I'm back in India." So he said, "Okay, I'll give you a post-dated check." So he received all that. And then next day was the presentation. Subramanian had a 50-slide deck presentation for his innovation and what he wants to do. He presented just 5 slides. Just 5 slides. Number 1, that certificate from the botanist that these are artificial flowers. Number 2 was the photograph with the custom and the quarantine authorities. Number 3 was the order which he had received from the florist of 10,000 flowers. Number 4 was the copy of the check which he had received for these flowers. And what was the 5th slide? Naturally, the thank you slide. Can you guess what was the result of this event? What would have been the outcome of this event? Can you guess? Anybody? Okay, let me guess. Subramanian won this $50,000 award from you. Subramanian was the incubator, he was incubated at ISB Hyderabad. He is from Bangalore. His company name is Richcore Technologies, which has been acquired by a large company now. Subramanian himself is an investor and doing very well. He is based out of Bangalore. This was the story of flowers, and this incubator helped Subramanian come to this level, and he is now a regular investor in some of their startups. The company, it's undisclosed value, but let me just share with you, was upwards of $500 crore is what this company was sold for. This is what an incubation center can do to an idea. This is right near your city. Okay, now let me give you the last story of do I have time from here? Well, I must tell you that incubators, they actually change the outlook of an institution. We are all primarily worshippers of goddess Saraswati. We seek knowledge. When you establish an incubator, you also seek the blessings of goddess of wealth, Lakshmi. It's a combination of Lakshmi and Saraswati, which is actually, you are now using your knowledge to generate Lakshmi. It's a different thought. See, ladies have been very shrewd and very wise. They have kept all the portfolios of knowledge and wealth and that are protected. The portfolios of death, destruction, war, etc. They are with males like Shivaji, Lord Shiva, and people like that. But in an institution, this is the first time, or not the first time, this is actually a culmination of both these goddesses of knowledge and wealth, which actually start with the establishment of a technology business incubator. And I'm sure you are in very safe hands, also in a very safe place. Bangalore is the startup capital of the country. So with so many positive factors, I think your technology business incubator is bound to succeed. There is no other option other than success for the TBI and SIB. My best wishes to all of you, the entire team and everyone. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you, sir. Now, felicitation by His Holiness. So thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. Ajay to come and introduce our Suhas Gopinath.
Good evening to all of you. I am extremely happy to introduce Mr. Suhas Gopinath to all of you. Our earlier speakers have already spoken about Mr. Suhas, so I will not take much time. Mr. Suhas, 37, hails from a non-business middle-class family. He founded Globals at the age of 14, was recognized as the world's youngest CEO. Globals was featured by The Economist as one of the world's fastest growing tech companies. Suhas founded Globals as a web solution company and eventually grew to a multinational company focused on cyber warfare systems, cyber defense systems and technology solutions for education and public sector. He was also the co-founder of Happy EMI, which is a fintech startup. I know he has won a lot of awards, the list is endless, but I think his message today is going to be more important for us. So let me not stand between you and Mr. Suhas. A warm welcome to you once again, Mr. Suhas.
Welcome, Suhas, to address.
Namaskara. So, thanks a lot to Swamiji, and it's absolutely one of the rarest occasions where I have, of course, I've got all my guiding force on one desk. So, of course, His Holiness Swamiji, my Guru, and I've got Satish Reddy sir, who's been my guiding force. I think I met sir, maybe I think I was 16 or 17 years when he had invited me to the RCA, which is a research center in Warsaw, to address them, and of course Harkesh Mittal sir, who's mentor, and I proudly call him as the architect of India's entrepreneurial ecosystem. And, I think he started to build the startup policies
much before, when we did not have Flipkarts, Ola cabs, or we had not heard of the word entrepreneurship or startup. The only incubators that we knew was in NICUs or in hospitals for babies, and I think it's thanks to Mittal sir today for actually redefining it. I definitely want to thank Lohit sir, Puneet sir, for building the incubator, of course under the guidance of Dinesh sir and also CEO sir here, who have the ability to charge the fire in the bellies. And I think SAT students and to the SATs that I want to congratulate of having a TBI today. And as I was telling to sir as well, of course, when I was building the company at the age of 14, the only incubator I had access to was a cyber cafe center, in where I started to build my company. And I had to lie to my mother that I joined NCC in my school so that I could spend more time at the cyber cafe. And of course, it's very interesting to see the way entrepreneurial ecosystem in India has completely changed. Where, like my mother used to tell that entrepreneurship if you become an entrepreneur, you will not get married. So, and of course, today it's got changed. And hailing from middle class family, the success benchmark then was if a Tata Sumo car by Infosys or Wipro comes and picks you up, I think it was considered as a success even at the marriageability index. And it's today, and I used to argue with my mother that I want to build my own company so that I can send cards. I can have fleet of cards where I can send to my employees' homes for them to be picked up. And of course, it's thanks to the policies that we have. Of course, in India, and of course under the leadership of Prime Minister, it's amazing to see that the Make in India coming up, Startup India coming up. In fact, the other day when I was talking to the French President Emmanuel Macron when he had come to India, I still remember the French President telling me that I think India is probably the only country in the world where if a student he declines his job placement and he chooses to be an entrepreneur, he gets a stipend of 50,000 rupees per month. And 30,000 rupees per month. And I personally do not know any other country they pay a fellowship for somebody to be an entrepreneurship. I mean, to pursue entrepreneur. And it's like Indian Idol, right? You succeed fast, fail fast. If you fail, you have a wild card entry to sit back in your placements again. And I think it's completely amazing, especially for first generation entrepreneurs and middle class entrepreneurs. I wouldn't take much time, and especially to all the aspiring entrepreneurs here, the only thing or the only piece of advice is always have the fire in the belly, and of course you were able to hear when Satish Reddy sir was speaking about the missiles and of course the innovation of our defense, and Mittal sir was talking about the flowers as well. I think opportunities are absolutely massive. It's very important is to be shamelessly aggressive, and I think my personal inspiration is Reddy sir, because I can't recall a single trip to Delhi where I would have flown back to Bangalore without meeting him unless and until he's not in town. And all my meeting times is extremely odd timings. When he was the DRDO chairman, he would call me at 11:30 in the PM, or it would be midnight. So I would take a short nap in my hotel room, and after that I would head to his meeting. So, and I've seen him in office up to 2:30 AM, up to 3 AM, and in fact the other day, his daughter was telling that the sir will only become free in case if all the flights, trains, and all modes of transport is actually under lockdown. So it's only when you can time down and you relax. But I think with the amazing policies, opportunities, the incubators that we have, I think for every student you have no reason for not to start something in case if you've got the fire and the belief, you've got a strong idea. The most important is to be shamelessly aggressive. So, like when Bill Gates did not give me an appointment, I would go and barge into the washroom where he went in the World Economic Forum. So it was a public washroom, and I think it's probably Bill Gates. I still remember him telling me that I've heard of elevator pitch, but I've never heard of somebody pitching me in a washroom. So I think it's extremely important to be shamelessly aggressive and to have the fire in the belly. With this, I want to congratulate the management of Siddaganga Institute of Technology for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So thank you for your inspiring words. And you also proven wrong for your mother. You are a successful entrepreneur and also happily married. So we had many innovators from all over the country presenting their products today. It is my pleasure to recognize outstanding medals. Before that, we will felicitate our Suhas Gopinath by His Holiness. Now I will announce the awards for the winners.
Very brief awards and please come out of the stage. He is from GMIT, it is from Kushi Party, Mango Spoilage Detector. Please come out to the dais. Kirti Prasad, Harat, Chief Guest, please come fast onto the dais. The final award is to Atomized Areca Leaf Drying, TG Manish Kumar, Naveen HB, Rakesh from SND Tumakuru. So all the award winners, in addition to the certificate and medals, they have the divine blessings of Sri Sri Siddaganga Swami. Namaskar.
Now, benediction by His Holiness Sri Sri Siddaganga Swami, Reverend President.
Pujya Gurudevananda Nandare Smaskota, respected Chief Guest Dr. Satish Shetty, Jashkiri of the function, Shri H.K. Mittalji, Chairman, Startup India Seed Fund Scheme, Shri Suhas Gopinath, will come back, Shri Dr. M. Chandasapa, Dr. Shikumaraya, Dr. Dinesh, and Dr. V. Chandrasekhar, distinguished Vice Chancellors, CEOs of TBIs, universities, representatives from print and electronic media, faculty and staff members of and students. I am immensely happy to participate in the inaugural function of Siddaganga Technology Business Incubator. This momentous occasion marks the convergence of innovation, creativity, and entrepreneurship. I extend my heartfelt congratulations to the minds of our management and SIT for their foresight and determination in establishing this TBI. Higher education offers enormous opportunities for promoting creativity and innovation, since the process of innovation is identical to those of problem solving and design. Innovation is the conversion of knowledge and ideas into new products and services for commercialization. To be called an innovation, an idea must be replicable at an economical cost and must satisfy a specific need. Fostering a culture of innovation among students would require training in critical thinking, encouraging to ask inconvenient questions, thinking out of the box, looking at problem at multiple point of view, generating ideas and solutions, providing access to experimentation and other institutional facilities after normal working hours, frequent brainstorming among themselves with or without guidance of a teacher. The institutions therefore need to facilitate lab to market concept. Good creativity and innovative skills would lead to product development which encourages the students to take up entrepreneurship. This would facilitate the students to become job providers instead of job seekers. The incubation centers are vital as they bridge the gap between innovation and commercialization. Equip aspiring entrepreneurs with the necessary tools and mentoring and providing resources to convert ideas into viable business. I appeal to the administrators and executives of TBI to engage mentors, advisors and industry experts to support the startups in the incubator as their guidance will be invaluable to the budding entrepreneurs. The path to success in entrepreneurship is not without challenges and failures. Failure is not a setback, but a stepping stone towards success. Dear students, you are the strength of the nation, you are the wealth of the nation, you are the dream of the nation, you are the future of the nation. Through your dedication, creativity, innovation, and hard work, build tomorrow's world. Rural people are forced to innovate locally in a frugal way due to lack of sufficient resources and infrastructure. Many rural people carry out this frugal innovation in their daily life. They use the available local resources and develop innovative products. I am happy to learn that the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India has sanctioned Nidhi TBI to SIT to focus on agri-tech startups with a grant of 5 crore. We need to harness the power of technology and the immense potential of agriculture and channel them towards transforming the landscape of agriculture. Let us embark on this entrepreneurship journey together with optimism, purpose and boundless benefits that agri-tech offers us to overcome the challenges the agriculture sector faces. When technology is integrated into agriculture harmoniously, a new era of enhanced productivity, food security, economic growth, and sustainable practices can be visioned in. Agri-Tech TBI should not only become a center of innovation, but serves as a platform for social change by empowering local communities, particularly small-scale farmers, with the tools, knowledge, and resources they need. It was our Guruji, His Holiness Dr. Shivkumar Mahaswami's vision to support and nurture rural people, especially the farming community. In a nutshell, the research and innovations pursued should help in the upliftment of common people's lives and benefit the society. I wish Siddaganga TBI to be a beacon of inspiration and for the emergence of next generation entrepreneurs, and we shall celebrate this milestone in future. I wish this TBI becomes the launch pad and springboard to success for budding entrepreneurs. I commend the efforts of Government of India and Government of Karnataka for the support and encouragement in establishing the incubation centers. The Government of India is planting the seeds for the brighter future by investing in the technology and innovation. Before I conclude, I express our heartfelt thanks to Dr. Satish Reddy for making convenient to come over here and inaugurate our TBI. I also wholeheartedly thank Mr. Mittalji for being part of this inaugural function. ಅವರು ಬಹಳ ಸುಂದರವಾಗಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದರು, ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಅದು ಆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಮಾತನ್ನ ಬಹಳ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮುಖ್ಯವೋ ಆ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜನ್ನು ಕ್ರಿಯಾರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲಿಸುವುದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅನ್ನುವ ಮಾತನ್ನ ನಾವು ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಗಮನದಲ್ಲಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿರುವಂತಹದ್ದು. ನಮ್ಮ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣದ ಗುರಿ ಆಗಬೇಕಾಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ಕೇವಲ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಇನ್ ಎ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಗುಡ್ ಆಕ್ಷನ್. ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಉತ್ತಮವಾದಂತಹ ಕ್ರಿಯಾರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಳಸಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಮಾತನ್ನ ತುಂಬಾ ಅರ್ಥವತ್ತಾಗಿ ಶ್ರೀ ಮಿಟ್ಟಲ್ ಅವರು ನಮಗೆ ತಿಳಿಸಿರುವಂತಹ ಅವರು 2-3 ಕಥೆಗಳನ್ನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈಗ ಸುಬ್ರಹ್ಮಣ್ಯ ಅವರು ಈಗ ಆರ್ಟಿಫಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಹೂವನ್ನು ತಯಾರಿಸಿ ಒಂದು ವಿಶ್ವದ ಗಮನವನ್ನು ಸೆಳೆಯುವಂತಹ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಬಹುಮಾನಗಳು ಬರುವಂತಹ ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿಗಳು ಬರುವಂತಹ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಧನೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಥ ಇನ್ಕ್ಯುಬೇಟರ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ಗಳು ಇವತ್ತು ಅಂಥವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸಹಕಾರವನ್ನು ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ ಅವರು ಈ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳೆಯಬೇಕು. ನೀವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಆ ರೀತಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಬಳಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಸುಬ್ರಹ್ಮಣ್ಯನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ನೀವು ಕೂಡ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಸಾಧನೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವ ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನು ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ my special thanks to Mr. Mittalji for his guidance and his experience. And I also thanks to Shri Subhash Gopinath for his concerted efforts to bring in Dr. Satiji and Mr. Mittalji to SIT. I appreciate the efforts of Dr. Chandrasekhar, our governing council member, for bringing many vice chancellors and CEOs of TBIs to this momentous occasion and panel discussion on the theme Evolving Higher Education Models for India with Focus on Innovation, Research and Global Recognition to follow this function. ಈ TBI ಸೆಂಟರ್ನ ಪ್ರಯೋಜನವನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರಿಂದ ಮತ್ತು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಂದ ಸಮರ್ಥವಾಗಿ ಬೆಳೆಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಅದರ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣ ಪ್ರಯೋಜನವನ್ನು ತಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಪಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಏನು ರೆಡ್ಡಿಯವರು ಹೇಳಿದಾಗೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಪ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಮೇಕ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಆತ್ಮನಿರ್ಭರ ಭಾರತ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅವರಿಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದಂತಹ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡುಗೆಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡುವಂತಹ ಸಾಧನೆಯನ್ನು ಈ ಇನ್ಕ್ಯುಬೇಟರ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಮೂಲಕ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡಲಿ. ಆ ಮೂಲಕ ನಮ್ಮ SITಯ ಪ್ರಗತಿಯನ್ನ ಮತ್ತು SITಯ ಒಂದು ಧ್ವಜವನ್ನ ಮೇಲಕ್ಕೆತ್ತಿರಿಸುವ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ತಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಮಾಡಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹಾರೈಸ್ತಾ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರೂ ವಿಶ್ವವನ್ನು.
Thank you, Swami. Now, our gratitude to our Swamiji. Thank you. So now the word of thanks by Dr. Sunita, Computer Science Professor.
Good evening to one and all. Submitting my reverential pranams to the lotus feet of His Holiness, Dr. Shri Shivkumara Swamiji and Shri Siddaganga Swamiji. I am honored to express on behalf of each one here heartfelt thanks to all those who have made this event possible. I thank our Reverend President, His Holiness, Shri Siddaganga Swamiji, for accepting our invitation in spite of his busy schedule in MAT activities and blessing us all on this occasion. Thank you, Swamiji. I thank Dr. G. Satish Reddy, former Chairman DRDO, Scientific Advisor to Raksha Mantri, Ministry of Defence, Government of India, for accepting our invitation to be the chief guest in spite of his busy schedule and delivering the inaugural speech. I thank Shri H.K. Mittal, Chairman, Startup India Seed Fund Scheme, former Head, National Science and Technology Entrepreneurship Development Board, Government of India, for accepting our invitation and delivering the keynote address. Shri Subhash Gopinath, founder and CEO of Globals Incorporate, Bengaluru. The company he founded at the age of 14 and recognized as the world's youngest CEO is here with us. I thank you for sparing your time and being with us and also addressing us on this occasion. I thank Dr. U. Chandrasekhar, CEO at GMSIR, member governing body SIT, for gracing the occasion and setting the context for Siddaganga TBI and its initiative. I thank you, sir, for all your support. We are greatly encouraged by the gracious presence of our director, Dr. M.N. Channappa sir, and I thank you, sir. Our CEO, Dr. Shivkumara, has always been supportive of all our initiatives and activities. I thank you, sir, for gracing the event. We are grateful to our beloved principal, Dr. S.V. Dinesh, for his support, encouragement and guidance. I thank you, sir, for gracing the occasion and delivering the event. Dr. C.P. Lohit, Faculty Coordinator, Siddaganga TBI. I has coordinated across all involved in this program for the success of this event. I thank him for all his efforts and also for answering this question. My heartfelt thanks and gratitude to all alumni, innovators, delegates from industry, academia, who have joined us in spite of their busy schedule today. I thank all faculty, staff and students for their wholehearted support to witness this inauguration of Siddaganga TBI. I thank the media persons for covering this event and providing wide publicity in print and electronic media. I express my appreciation to everyone who worked for this event. So we wish Siddaganga TBI to become a destination for many more entrepreneurs and startups with innovative ideas in solving the problems of our country. Thank you very much.
So thank you. I thank the VCs, directors, TBI, CEOs, innovation heads who have come over here. Now we'll break. Now snacks has been arranged outside. And before that, I should announce, we had a panel discussion at 5:30 in Media Center. The theme is Evolving Higher Education Models of India with focus on innovation, research and global recognition. The panelists are Professor K.T. Raina, Vice Chancellor, Ramaya University, Professor Manoj K. Arora, Vice Chancellor, SRM University, Dr. Shankar Venugopal, VP, Mahindra and Mahindra, Mr. Abhay Chetty, Pro Chancellor, Alliance University, Mr. Nitin Mohan, CEO, Cambridge Group of Institutions, and Sri Siva Peruma, Director, Presidency University, which is moderated by Dr. U. Chandrasekhar, and followed by Innovation Workshop. Thank you, one and all, for your time here in our society. We thank once again for all of your valuable time with us. I request VCs and the CEOs of TBI to join us in the boardroom. So we are going to the boardroom.